What's up guys, it's TheGearChange here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over the top 5 things I love most about my 2010 Ford Focus XR5 Turbo or Mark II ST. So I'm just going to be going in no particular order and just kind of telling you guys what I love from 1 to 5, 5 to 1, whatever order works best pretty much. So yeah, let's get to it. So starting off at number 1 has to be the power. In stock form with 225 horsepower or 166 kilowatts, they're pretty good. The power delivery was quite smooth. I had the car in stock form for a long time with some bolt-ons and kind of felt the power delivery sort of change as I put different mods on, and then now as it's tuned, I felt the difference between a stage 1 and stage 2, and the power delivery in these cars is just really good. I guess with the 5-cylinder torque you get, it's just really good. You can't really beat it in such a small car. I guess an RS3 is the only real equivalent with a 5-cylinder nowadays, so that's what you have to compare it to. But yeah, you know, around town, on the highways, everything like that, just the torque is just really useful. Yeah, you feel the power kicking straight away when you're out and about driving, or if you need to sort of cut in front of some people or get somewhere quickly. So it's very usable. Quite friendly too. Like, I'd even let my mum drive the car or my sister and they'd find it pretty easy. Like, I wouldn't say it's too hard to drive even with the power it has. So yeah, that comes in at number 1. So coming in at number 2 has to be the exhaust system. Now, my exhaust system isn't the craziest system you can get for a car like the XR5 Turbo, but for what I paid, which was around $590 as I want to give away, the Empire Performance exhaust system sounds pretty sweet. Around town, it's not too loud. I can keep it fairly quiet if I need to with neighbors and other people, especially if you keep it in a high gear. There's not too much drone, personally, I've noticed with this system as well. So yeah, it sounds good. It performs well. Obviously it's got more sort of oomph to it than the stock system. Like, if you compare the stock one to a modified, you know, exhaust system like the one I've got on the car, it's incomparable. I remember the day I picked it up, I couldn't believe the difference just in terms of how it sounded. It sounds like a completely different car. So yeah, that'll have to be number 2. I'll put a video of what it sounds like before and after, as well as a comparison to kind of show you guys what it sounds like with a stock XR5 and then my particular car with its exhaust system when it's warmed up. So I'll show you guys that now. Now, number 3 is something quite random, and some people may agree or disagree, but in my opinion, the seats. I love the seats. My seats in my car are cloth, so they are the sort of blue and grey sort of colour combination. They are the factory Recaros. I did want leather ones, but in an environment like Queensland or the Gold Coast where it's hot and humid, probably doesn't make much sense. So cloth was probably the way to go. Yeah, super comfortable. I've done some short drives just to and from work and the gym and stuff like that, and I've also done long trips all the way up to like North Brisbane, and it's super comfortable. I don't ever once hop in the car or hop out of the car and go like, you know, thinking that I'm sore. Only time that ever really happens is if I'm stuck in traffic coming home from Brisbane and I'm doing first and second sort of gear changes, but other than that, it's always super comfy. Even sitting in the back, if people are in the back and they're not too tall, I'd say it's pretty comfortable as well. They're quite soft and comfy seats. Now, number 4 has to be the intake system. Now, I've got a cold air intake system with a Ram Air Group A pod filter bolted on, and it sounds amazing. It's probably one of my favorite things on the car. Even before I got the Go Fast Bits diverter valve for the extra sort of flutter noise, it made it like just completely different. Heaps more noise, heaps more intake noise, and since I've got the diverter valve, it does lots of flutter. I'd say my favorite gear to probably have it in is probably third. It's at about like 30, 40 sort of K an hour, and then kind of build it up to like 50 or 60 and let off, and you hear heaps and heaps. So yeah, that's definitely number 4. They sound great. either way, even if you don't have a diverter valve, but I'll show you guys here what it sounds like currently with the setup I've got at the moment. Now the fifth and final thing, which is again in no particular order, is in my opinion the gearbox. Now I've had some mixed feelings about the gearbox, especially when I first bought the car. Some XR5s, to my knowledge, have had their gearbox oils changed if you buy them used. Mine hadn't, and it was sitting at around 90,000 Ks, I believe, when I got it changed, or 89,000 Ks. They're known for having a bit of sort of like, I wouldn't say gearbox noise, or something like along those lines, where you're shifting between gears and you can kind of hear it. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it, like you can hear the engagement of the gear. It's a bit tricky to explain, but since I've had the new gearbox oil in, I barely notice it, and it's a super nice gearbox. I've also got the OEM denied short shifter, so you don't really notice any sort of long throws. It's just first, second, third, fourth. So it's perfect for sort of daily driving and around here, since a lot of the driving I do stop-start, so that would have to be number 5. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a short one, but I do have some pretty cool videos in the works. I'm not too sure if I'll have a video for next Friday. As some of you may know, as I put on my Instagram, I will be having all 4 of my wisdom teeth out, so I will not be doing too much talking or interacting, so that'll be a interesting week. I will try my best to get something else done this week. I do have a cool little part on the way for an install video on the car, which should be really good, so if that does get here in time, I will definitely record it and have it done and ready for you guys next week. But if not, I'll just have to come up with something else. But I appreciate the support as always from you guys. The videos lately have been doing really well and quite consistent with views and likes and whatnot, so I really appreciate the support. Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.